5-star luxury lodges in Zambia to rudimentary rooms with no running water in Ethiopia to tents in the Sudanese desert.
You can't compare this to the Hilton. The Hilton hasn't got a full moon and stars above you. Definitely not comparable. This was a gorgeous evening.
And wherever the Spirits stopped, they recorded their progress via the internet and email.
Talking of Spirits, did you have a little G&T every night?
Oh, don't forget we were going through Muslim countries, so we didn't have anything. Except we had some, I think it was brake oil.
Brake fluid.
Brake fluid, and then we had...
battery acid.
Battery acid, and various things like that.
Didn't taste bad at all.
I get no kick from champagne.
They managed to stay on top form in the heat and dust of the desert, but Jeanette's Spirits took a dive when they crossed from Sudan to Egypt.
Because the ferry between Wadi Halfa and Aswan was the filthiest, stagnant, smelling stench I've ever been on. It was dreadful. I didn't drink and I didn't eat because I wasn't going to any toilet. So I just went, bah, stop.
And you knew if the ferry started going down, there wasn't a place on all the lifeboats.
You
No,
talk about
that's for
somebody
sure.
going down. We lost a passenger.
Yeah.
There were 650 people on board.
Halfway through their voyage, they were stopped by a patrol boat that had picked up the body of the missing passenger in the lake. Once the police established his identity, they were allowed to set sail for Aswan. There on the Nile River, a different class of vessel awaited them, called the St. George.
I have never seen such luxury. The floors were marble, the interiors were beautiful, they had huge statues, chandeliers. Oh, the sumptuousness of it was magic.
But really the best thing about the St. George was the ice-cold beer.
It cost me 110 rand for an ordinary little beer.
Jeanette's G&T, just the gin without the tonic, cost 60 Egyptian pounds.
That means you've spent your allowance for the whole week in one drink on this, and it's worth it.
In Egypt, you have to travel in convoys, so surrounded by tourist buses, they traveled from Aswan to Luxor. Next up was the brand new city of Port Khalib, where they went snorkeling in the Red Sea.
Very close to the border of Somalia. So when you go snorkeling or deep sea diving, you actually have to take your passport with you.
But it wasn't her passport that Jeanette forgot to leave in the rubber duck.
I thought, what's... Oh, my goody gracious me.
Oh no.
I can get the water level.
What was the funniest moment of the trip for you?
At Port Khalib, of course wanted a picture of me getting into the water. And as I touched the edge of the water, there was a bit of slime, and I went, doof, doof, bang! It was hilarious.
Unfortunately, that's my funniest moment. I thought it was fantastic. Luckily, she wasn't hurt at all.
They only got lost once on the trip when a so-called guide led them astray, and they had to pull him out of the sand.
Now, was your Garmin showing you the way throughout Africa?
When it gets to places in the central Africa where there are virtually no roads, it just says go north. You know, in the old days, they used to say go west, young man, go west. Well, this was a case of you old farts, go north, go north.
And go north they did, arriving in Cairo after 42 days on the road. They drove straight to the pyramids to complete the toughest leg of their journey. But the adventure wasn't over yet. From Cairo, they went further north to Alexandria, where they put the Silver Spirit on a ferry bound for Naples. A week later, they drove the Rolls-Royce through Italy and France, boarded the Channel train at Calais, and arrived at the Rolls-Royce factory in England, without having had one puncture or any engine trouble.
Now, there are a disadvantage. It takes 20 litres to drive 100 kilometres. And I know that now because I've just done 17 4,500 kilometres driving to England.
And for the next few months, I'm sure you'll just relax and take it easy.
No.
Now we're getting ready for Pemba.
You never really just take
No.
time out and
No,
just relax.
you can sleep when you die. No, we must get moving. Mm-mm.